how-to series. This how-to is about matching classroom language to early childhood learners' communication level. Providing instruction and directions to students that are understood are critical to classroom success in all areas, from learning classroom routines to following basic directions. Some of the children you will see will not have a diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder. However, the examples all depict strategies and teaching practices that can benefit all students. Remember from the definition of autism that difficulty with communication is one of the defining characteristics of individuals with ASD. Although we often think of those difficulties as pertaining to children's ability to produce language, the brain-based differences in autism also affect the ability to process receptive language, or the language that we hear or read. This is especially true with abstract language. Depending on the learner and context, abstract language can refer to conceptual ideas, relational objects, or events that are in the past or future. Often, our students with autism have much more success with concrete language that is very clear, specific, and indicates exactly what is expected in few words. Multiple step directions can also be difficult for some learners because they require listening and processing each part of the instruction, remembering them in the correct context, and following each step in order. The most important thing is to know your student. All students want to understand, but need information conveyed in a way that they can receive. For many students, this means giving short 1 to 2 word commands. Other learners, however, need to understand the context of expected behaviors and routines in the classroom. In the classroom, we can increase students' comprehension by limiting long verbal phrases and instructions. Writing them out ahead of time can help pare down directions to a clear, succinct directive. Using visuals to complement verbal requests and classroom expectations and routines is highly effective for students with autism. Even students who normally have good auditory comprehension benefit from visuals when they are upset, dysregulated, or distracted by other stimuli. Taking the time to teach new routines and instructions ahead of time can be beneficial for learners that may need that extra advance notice to process those changes, or simply more practice before following those cues in a natural setting. Finally, it is very important to know your student with regard to wait time. Some learners with autism process language much more slowly and may follow a directive, but several seconds later. Thus, waiting 3 to 4 seconds after giving a direction before additional prompts to a student may increase both their understanding and their independence. Some students with autism miss nonverbal cues, like the tone of voice that most of us use to know that someone is asking a question. For learners like this, it can be helpful to end questions by saying yes or no, or by providing choices. Another great strategy to support receptive understanding is to provide visual supports for common classroom directions. Finally, as mentioned before, it is very important to know students' level of language comprehension. Some students do best with 1 to 2 word phrases for verbal directions, whereas others may need more context for understanding classroom social expectations. Let's watch a couple videos. In both of these videos, you will see teachers working with students as they learn how to wash their hands. Listen for the difference in the way each teacher gives prompts to the students and how they differentiate their language to support each learner.
So, you gotta open them for you. You gotta eat this. Eat this sandwich.
I'll wash my hands too.
Fish?
Wash.
You got a sandwich with your fish.
Okay, water. Good job. Water. Turn off. You do it. Off.
Right, Richard? Hold on.
Paper towel. Beep, beep, beep. Beep,
Wash
beep.
your hands, wash the hands away. Wash your hands, make them clean today.
What did you see? Notice how the first teacher modeled each step while giving very short verbal cues, which were supplemented by a visual task analysis posted next to the sink. In the second scene, the staff member gave the student considerably more independence and sang a song to remind the student of each step. In both videos, the teacher provided the student with prompts using language differentiated at their level of understanding. Let's watch a few more videos. As you watch these videos, pay attention to the verbal prompts that teachers use, as well as the other ways they help students to understand their directions besides speaking verbally.
Get your backpack. Yellow or orange? Was that fun? Michael, it's time to clean up so we can go to the gym. I'll help you. Is shaving cream all done?
As you can see, offering concrete choices and giving visual supports are two excellent ways to increase students' understanding of verbal language. To review, difficulty with language is one of the key characteristics of individuals with autism. In the classroom, this makes it very important that teachers know their students' ability to both process and produce language. When needed, we can help students to understand more by giving less verbal language, supplementing with visual supports and gestural prompts, and giving wait time.